The chapter of Al-Qasas is named that way because there is a reference in that chapter. The main theme of Surah Al-Qasas is the story of Musa alayhi salam, and the reference there is that when Musa alayhi salam actually escapes from Fir'aun and his army, and he goes to Madian, and he meets the righteous man there, who many of the Mufassirun say was Shu'aib alayhi salam. He says وَقَصَّ عَلَيْهِ الْقَصَص, so he told him the stories, and then Shu'aib said, "La takhaf, don't worry, don't be afraid. You are safe from the persecutors or the tyrants." And so here he mentions that reference to Al-Qasas. Now, Al-Qasas means story, but actually the word, Qassa itself, story, what it actually means, it means footsteps, to follow footsteps. And so it's like the Arabic linguistic here is saying that the story is like you are reenacting the footsteps of that person. So you are seeing the whole scenario as if you are walking in their steps. So we don't know exactly what stories Musa alayhi salam told Shu'aib alayhi salam, but it's quite possible that firstly he told him what happened and all the scenarios there, but he might also narrated to him other incidences that happened in Egypt with the Pharaoh and the children of Israel and the like. And that in itself also points us to an importance of the whole concept of narrations and stories. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala obviously mentions to us many qasas in the Quran, and he says that he tells us ahsan al-qasas, the best of all stories, because indeed those stories give us motivation, they give us lessons, they strengthen our hearts. لَقَدْ كَانَ فِي قَصَصِهِمْ عِبْرَةٌ, there are lessons to be learnt from the stories of the people of the past. And in Surah Al-Qasas itself is the story of Musa alayhi salam, which is very much explained in other surah, and Musa alayhi salam is one of the most prophets mentioned in the Quran, and his story is repeated often with different perspectives to teach us many lessons, and obviously time is short for us to go through that. The other surah that I wanted to talk about was the chapter of Al-Ahzab. And the chapter of Al-Ahzab takes its name from Al-Ahzab, which is the plural of Hizb, and which means a gathering or a party or people who come together, and people who align themselves together. And Al-Ahzab are a group of people who line themselves together to fight Islam, to fight the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba. They reached a pinnacle in the year 5 after the Hijrah, where they said, that's it, enough is enough, we have to put an end to this outrage, as they perceived it. And so not only Quraysh, but they aligned themselves with other tribes from Arabia, Ghatfan and Thaqif and etc. They all came together to attack Medina in one go to put an end to that. But as we know, the story is that they were unsuccessful, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala turned their plotting to their failure, and so they even came, they couldn't do anything, they had to return back. And the story is mentioned in the books of Seerah if we go back there. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala names this surah as Al-Ahzab to remind us that as Muslims, there will always be people who have, they will have a enmity to Islam and Muslims for many reasons. Some people don't like Islam and Muslims because they just seem to be like other people. Some people don't like laws and to abide by laws. Some people don't like religion. Some people don't like God, don't believe in God. Some people, lots of things. And there are a group of people who as well are people who want to make their fortunes by deceiving others, or when they are in power, they try to control others. Many reasons, and so with the Islamic principles, a lot of that is shaken, and that's why some people don't like Islam, and there will be confederates. People come together, align themselves negatively in trying to attack the weak, attack those who are oppressed, and so that is almost like an ongoing concept that we need to understand. And the Quran tells us about Ahzab, reminds us about the story, reminds us about the incident, as it shows that there will be people who will try to undermine others and use what influence they have in that regards. Allahu A'lam.